Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we are in the alcohol-free section yet again. Which beer are we going for? Tonight is this one from RIDGESIDE. It is Light and Sound. And Light and Sound is described as a low alcohol IPA. It's produced in the UK. It's produced and canned by RIDGESIDE Brew Co in Leeds. And that's pretty much all it says. You've got your usual ingredients of water, malted barley, wheat, oats, maltodextrin, hops and yeast. So I'm expecting a slightly sweeter one with the inclusion of maltodextrin. Anywho, I like the artwork on it. I love space as a thing. So you've kind of got an implied kind of thing with space and starbursts and things. So yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, 0.5% ABV. Low alcohol IPA. Let's get it out and into a glass even. So this one's part of the AF Beer Club's virtual beer festival, and as such, I'm going to pour into the AF Beer Club glass. The pour, we can see it's getting slightly excited at the top of the can. Let's get it out quickly. Is really heavily carbonated, so let's pour that slowly. Very, very well carbonated, this one. Not a lot I can do about that. So we have that. That's what we have. We have 3 knocking on for 4 fingers of head and a very, very pale, crystal clear beer at the bottom. It's the same kind of colour as those beer sweets were as a kid. You know the ones, the lager ones. Used to get the bitter ones, but this is like the lager colour, really pale. And yeah, it's an interesting pour. There looks to be some body to it. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up. There are bubbles coming up quite slowly through the liquid to meet the head, and it looks fairly viscous. So hopefully that's a good sign of some body to it. Let's pour a little bit more, hopefully. Not too excited. There we go. It is what it is. It's a very well carbonated beer, so it looks okay. I mean, it's a whiff. Fruity. I can smell fruit of the tropical variety. So you've got a bit of stone fruit, bit of mango. Reasonably well hopped on the nose as well, which is nice. Trying to get some of the malt. I'm not detecting any uber sweetness, which is good because I'm not a big fan of that in some of these alcohol-free beers. A slight edge of citrus through that monster head, and you can see that head. It's almost quite sticky where it's kind of around the top of the glass. You can see it's got like a slightly sugary edge to it, and where it's holding on to the glass. So yeah, let's pour some more, see if we can get a better aroma as we go. Encourage that head to grow a little bit more. So okay, that's a bit closer to a better looking glass of beer. So yeah, tropical on the nose, reasonable on the appearance, apart from the monster head. So go in for a taste. Cheers. That is really rather nice. If there's one criticism I can levy against a lot of the low alcohol beers, is they lack the bitterness of an IPA. Low alcohol IPAs are lacking bitterness. They tend to be on the fruity side. This one is closer, should I say, to the real McCoy, where it's got that hopped bitterness, you know, that classic English IPA thing. We've got a lot of bittering hops. This is a lot closer to that. This is really nice. Let's try and get a little. I won't get any more in there in a minute. I'm just going to. It's got a good body to it. It's got a very good body. As I said, when you're looking at the carbonation just popping up the glass there, it's slow. And it's slightly more medium on the body on this one. It's bitter, it's hoppy, slightly sort of orange flavoured as well. I'm liking a little bit of that citrus edge. I'm not getting much of the stone fruit that I could smell. It's a nice, bitter, kind of almost like a West Coast IPA, that sticky orange thing. That's what I'm getting, the vibe from this. I like it. The finish is lovely as well. Lovely. I like that a lot. So, Ridgeside Light and Sound Low Alcohol IPA. What do I think of you? Well, let's tell you first of all what Untapped thinks of you. And so far it's really quite low on the number of check-ins. But you got a good 3.53 on the average score, but only 28 check-ins, so we'll add to that. And I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to add quite a few to that over time. Because that beer really does tick a few boxes. So on my scoreboard of joy, for those who haven't seen it yet, you've got the 5 pillars of judgment. You've got the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. And we give them a point for each, up to, and see what we think. So the looks of the beer, now the head has died down a little. The initial pour was, let's be honest, awful, because it was quite carbonated in the can. But when it dies down to a more sensible looking head, it looks all right actually. You know, it's a little bit paler than I would perhaps like. Pale to me has that impression of being light on the flavour front, but in this case, looks are very deceiving. I would like it darker, but again, that's just preference. But I like, you know, it's all right. It's clear enough. It's got a decent head to it when it's at a sensible level and not 90% of the glass like it nearly was earlier. It's good. I like the appearance. Could be better with the head pour, but again, that could be this particular can. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, give it the 0.75 in that front. The aroma was quite nice. Like I say, stone fruit and a little bit of citrus, a little bit hops, not much of the malt, and I was really appreciative of the fact that there is none of that sort of maltodextrin sweetness coming through. I like it. It's medium strength. Could be stronger, could have a little bit more malt come through, but I like it again. I'm going to give it the 0.75. Body on this one is exceptional. Low alcohol beers have a habit of being really quite thin, but this one, if you just look at it in the glass, if you roll it around, it's quite slow to react and come back to sort of a level. It was immediately obvious from the pour, and when you get it in your mouth, it's lovely. More than medium, super silky smooth and soft. In the mouth, it's got lovely carbonation. On the pour, it did not look that way. It looked excessive. But this is really spot on and excellent for an alcohol-free beer. I'm going to give it the full point on that front. Taste though, that is where this beer really shines. It's bitter, it's hoppy, it's got that slight West Coast vibe about it. Like I say, the sticky orange. Excellent, superb, cannot knock it at all. It really ticks all my boxes. There's a slight hint of resin as well, and yeah, when you get all that together, you can't get anything less than the full point. And the finish on an IPA, you may or may not know. If you're new to the channel, you definitely won't know. I like them long, bitter, and hoppy, and this one is long, bitter, and hoppy. Therefore, it stands to reason that it's going to get the full point from me. So, in short, we have a very good beer that gets a total of 4.5 out of 5 on the Untapped scoreboard of joy from me. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls of Ridgeside, give yourself a round of applause because this is really rather tasty. I shall be checking out a few other of your beverages, I am sure, and certainly ordering some more of this from the Old Wise Bartender where I got it from before anyway. So yeah, there we are. That's the beer. Sorry, that's the beer. It's a bit down there, you can't see it all. That's the beer. I'm Nick. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.